Alrighty, Roo, everyone. Welcome to something a little bit different that I'm going to try and do at the end of every month, where we're just going to kind of rehash the month, like what goals I had, maybe talk a little bit about how I think the channel's been going, or like if you guys have questions about me, we can do that at some point. But just going to be kind of chill. I got little notes of things that I want to talk about. So, yeah, this is just kind of a fun little game I go through. I'm just going to abandon this run. I haven't made much progress, it's fine. So this is just Slay the Spire. It's a little card game. It's pretty easy to figure out, so just do the daily challenge. Oh, I picked 10, okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. And then we will get to chatting. Let's see. Okay, so I guess we'll start with, I don't think I've ever introduced myself on the channel. So, okay, my name is Gabby. Welcome to the channel, I guess. 4 damage for each channel war. Yeah, this is Gussie Games. I got the name Gussie from a nickname my sister used to call me by because Gabrielle was too tough of a name. So this is what we ended up with. I started YouTube not because I think it's anything I could do for money or anything like that. I started it because I didn't really have gaming systems that you could meet people on until sophomore year of college, and that was when I bought a PlayStation 4. And I think I've talked about this in some of the other videos, but so I would always just watch other people play games. I recently discovered Twitch, and so I'd like to watch people on Twitch and just chat with people in chat and watch YouTube videos, obviously, so I could live vicariously through people playing the games that I wanted to play. And I know a lot of people do that, because getting things like a computer or console or any type of stuff like that, it's incredibly difficult to do because things are ungodly expensive, honestly. So I was like, you know what, that was me for a long time. Maybe it could be fun if I just did something like that, and on the off chance somebody just wanted to watch some down-to-earth casual gameplay, because I never play things typically on higher than casual difficulty because I'm not particularly good at video games. So I was like, alright, let's just do something, where people can just watch, and if they want, they can leave a comment. Or if they want, they can just sit there and have a good time. So eventually, I would like to incorporate a more of a therapeutic aspect to that, and I add that in quotes because this isn't really the appropriate environment for that per se, for professional counseling. But one of the things I noticed when I would watch people's streams and stuff is there would be people who'd already met or who'd met through the chat and would just be talking about whatever it is they were going through, and so that was nice. They could turn to one another if they were having some problems, and I was like, you know what, that would be good, actually. that would be nice if I could kind of provide that almost to people who are watching the channel. So ideally, once I have enough people who watch the videos, they can just, sorry, I'm like super distracted. I love that I chose to do this. 9 black, yeah, we'll do that. They can kind of leave in the comments like, hey, I've been stressed, or whatever it is they're going through. And, maybe if we have enough support, people can talk to them in the chat, or I can just kind of talk to them through the videos, or whatever it is that's going on. Or honestly, I'd like to just start spewing advice. But I think it'd be a good time, because they've just shown me like how wholesome of environments they can be for people. So that would be good to see. Let's see, what do? Do we try and get more orbs? I kind of forgot that was a thing we could do. Channel 1 random orb. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. A bit about me. Okay, so I am 23 years old. I'll be 24 in August. And I am right now working to get my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. I'm about to complete my first year of the program, and I'll graduate in December of next year. So that's exciting. It's crazy to think that like next year, provided I don't like seriously fuck up and not graduate, or hopefully if I can pass the NCE, the counselor's exam we have to take, it's crazy to think that I would actually have a license and could like help people, because you just go through high school and then you go through college and you're just like, yeah, one day maybe I'll get to do this, maybe one day I'll get to like work in the field I want to work in, but you don't actually think it's gonna happen until like it does. And then you're kind of like, oh shit, okay, I can actually start like making money doing this. So that's exciting. I decided on psychology. We're just gonna kind of ramble until I get my groove going, so I hope that's okay. I decided on psychology, I think senior year or junior year of high school, maybe. I'd taken some psych classes that they offered at my high school, and it was one of the first like subjects that I'd taken that I don't know, that I felt like I had some footing in, because I'm not good at math. I'm atrocious at math. I was okay at science, but I couldn't retain any of it. Like, so chemistry, I did fine in, but it's like I peaked, so once I got to a certain point of it, I just couldn't intake any more information. So it wasn't that. I didn't want to do anything with English or literature, even though I was told I'm a decent writer, but I didn't really want to pursue that. And then I took psychology, and I was like, this is actually interesting. I don't think I wanted to get that. That's okay. I was like, this is actually interesting. Maybe this is something I could pursue. So I started researching it more. Turns out there's a shit ton of fields you can go into in psychology. So I was like, okay, there's enough of like a world around it that I can kind of continue to explore and find something that interests me. So went to college for psychology, graduated, went to grad school. I decided on counseling because, again, it felt generic enough or broad enough, I guess, that I could apply it to a lot of areas. So that's the goal, because I don't see myself wanting to do a single job for an extremely long time. Like, I want to bounce around so I can get as much perspective, and so people can have my job then, and like we keep getting different perspectives in the field. Does that make sense? That's kind of how fields grow. Like, if you let other people take your position, term limits, if you will. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I work at a domestic violence shelter, so I get to help. It's a women's shelter, so I get to work with women and their children who are victims of domestic violence. And it's my first job in the field, I'd say. So it's been good. Obviously, there are a lot of challenges. I think that comes with anything. I think an unfortunate part of the job is a lot of the challenges don't come with the clients, but with other aspects of the job. But it's something I can learn from and grow from, and hopefully like apply my skills to one day. So, crouch attack random 30. Oh, so we're like losing health as we do this. Good to know. was I at? Where were we at? Oh, talking about where I work. Okay. So in the long run, I'd like to keep doing this in a couple different capacities. It might be interesting to work at a children's hospital, or it might be interesting to like work with police or something, so. Which of these do I use the most as of now? We'll go ahead and do that one. Okay, so I think that kind of covers me. I mean, if you have any questions, just let me know. I mean, I have a cat and a dog. You probably hear them throughout the background. Daisy with her squeaky toys, and Chairman whenever they decide to, my cat, whenever they decide to like roughhouse around. Lord help them, they're lucky, they're adorable. Let's see, which of these do I want to change? Which of these is kind of really inconvenient? Do that one. At the start of your turn, trigger the passive ability ignored. Okay, sure. Select a card to upgrade. Let's upgrade that. Okay, so, so the point of this video is I kind of want to talk about some of my goals and stuff that I had for myself this month. So I started making YouTube videos, God, what month is it? May? I think I started making them in April. April or May? March, maybe March. March or April. One of those 2 months. And it was just kind of on a whim. I was just at work and it like just came to me. I was like, you know what, let's just do it. Because I'd always come up for reasons not to do it. I was like, nobody's gonna watch, so like, and I was like, wait, yeah, maybe nobody will watch, but you're doing this for you. I mean, it's a fun little challenge type thing. So I was like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just try and like, I don't know why I did that. So I was like, okay, let's just do it. Had to figure out how to use Streamlabs OBS. That's how I record these on. Had to figure out the mic setup. Obviously, when I started this, I didn't have a screen or a camera because I wasn't certain if I wanted to include my face in it. And then I was like, I'm much more entertaining if you can see my reactions to the games. So I went on ahead. I was like, yeah, let's go ahead. Be slightly more amusing for people. But I had to figure out all that because I don't like to. My boyfriend has the unfortunate skills of being gifted with technology, so he just can figure it out. But I didn't want to keep like leaning on him to help me figure it out. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to learn how to do this. So I had to watch a whole bunch of tutorial videos, figure it out, and then I recorded my first episode of Frambo one morning, and I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Obviously, I'm very awkward. Like, I'm still pretty awkward in the videos. I'm still, like, getting my rhythm, but, I mean, the audio wasn't good. Like, you could tell I was very nervous and uncomfortable, but the whole thing in my videos, like, another kind of key factor of this channel is I didn't want to add a whole lot of editing, mostly because I'm incredibly lazy, and I didn't want to try and figure out how to edit stuff. I now got like a small little free editing thing for like minor edits, like when I had to add text in because of like the sound stuff in the Village gameplay. But no, I didn't want to do a whole lot of edits because I think you guys seeing me struggle my way through a map, like that's kind of part of the deal. Like you knew this coming in. You know I wasn't going to be very good at games, so I was like, no, we're just not going to worry about it, and it'll just have to be okay. So I was like, I didn't edit the first video, and I was just like, this is really just not very good, but I was like, you know what, we did it though. We started, and that's kind of like, I guess, the hardest part. Yeah, that's good. And just kept going from there. So my goals for the month, some of the goals I created for myself. let's see, I have them written down actually. My goal was to get to 10 subs. At the time of recording this, I have 18, so that's exciting. We made it to 18. That's actually really cool. I didn't think I'd have honestly didn't think I'd have anybody who would watch these because they're impeccably low quality. Like I said, I'm not the best at gaming. I'm just here to try and amuse some people. Yeah, we'll do that block. And so it's kind of exciting at the time of recording this. I got to 18 subs. So there was that. One of my other goals, it says, relax, you've got this. So obviously I still get pretty nervous when I'm recording, I think, and it's so weird because I talk to myself all the time, but it's different when there's a camera on, so I become very aware of it, and I'm like, okay, somebody may watch this, don't say anything stupid, which of course I do anyway. But that's fine. Again, that's kind of something you just come to expect. And again, so I think this is something that's just going to come with the more I practice. And so it's exciting to think that maybe one day these won't be literally the worst. That's kind of cool to think about. But, you know what? I just hope that somebody's having a good time with these videos. It's always nice when someone leaves a comment on them. It's encouraging. So there's that. So relax, you got this. One of my goals was I put a question mark next to this one. It was VTuber trial, because I thought about, because I was hesitant to show my face on the channel, and I was like, maybe I could do a VTuber thing, because at that time I discovered Code Miko's channel. She's on Twitch primarily, but she has a YouTube channel as well with highlights from her Twitch, and I was like, I don't know if I want to show my face, but maybe I can do this whole VTuber thing. So I started researching it, and it was incredibly daunting. I was like, I don't know if I'm smart enough to try and figure out how to do all this stuff. Some of the software that you could use seemed pretty, user-friendly, but on the off chance it wasn't, I was like, maybe I should just try and figure something else out. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought about, how much more entertaining it is for me when I watch somebody whose face I can see. I was like, let's just get a camera. So I got a camera. This all kind of happened in the same day. I got me a camera, a mic, and then the green screen behind me. And this is all stuff I really haven't worked with before. I got a mic from the boy, and it was a good mic for sure, but it was an incredibly sensitive mic, so you could hear literally everything going on in the apartment. So he helped me pick out a better one, and he helped me pick out the camera, and then I originally wasn't going to get a green screen because I was like, I don't know if my videos are high enough quality yet to justify adding a green screen to this. But then again, I was just like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's fine. You know what? You're going to get there, and then you already have the stuff. You don't spend money on much else aside from DoorDash, but that's fine. So I went on ahead and got it, set it all up, and then obviously, if you go to the channel, you see I started using this all when Village came out. So it's very choppy, but I decided not to go the VTuber route because I was terrified of the technology of it. So I instead got a camera, and I do think it's made the videos better, and I think it's made me, weirdly enough, I think it's made me a little slightly more relaxed because now I can see that the videos are slightly more entertaining, so I feel like the quality's gone up, which is good. Let's see, what are some of the other goals I had? Make a Twitter for YouTube, so if you don't know, I have a Twitter. It's at GamesGussie because for some reason it switched the words on me, but you know what? It's there. So, because I'd like to start promoting my channel a little bit more, but I don't quite know how to do that. Aside from just word of mouth, which when you're this small, I think word of mouth is probably just the best way to go, so I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, I don't anticipate this being anything super fancy, just kind of something fun, small audience. Maybe one day we'll get to 30 subscribers. That would be fun. We'll talk about that in a sec. What am I doing? Upgrading the card. Okay, let's do this one. First boss battle. So make a Twitter account. Check out that Twitter if you want. there is that. You can also check out my Instagram. Shoot, I'm not sure I know what it's called. I'm not sure I know what my Instagram username is. I think it's Gussie or Gabby. Maybe I'll link it in the description. That's something I should get better at, linking stuff in the description. Let's see. Do that. Upgrade a card in my hand for the rest of combat. Do that. So I need a lot of block against this guy. So those were kind of my goals for the last month. So for all of the month of May, that is. I wanted to obviously get better at recording and learn to relax a little. I wanted to reach a total of 10 subs, which made it to 18. I wanted to get a camera and start getting a better setup, and I wanted to start a Twitter. So that's kind of what we were at there. And then I'm gonna try. I think I said at the beginning of this video, this is something I'm gonna try and do every month. Like, that's rough. Stay heavy. Just discovered all of them. See if we can get us some more block. Close note. Okay. Where were we? What were we talking about? Oh, right. So this summer we're gonna try and do it at the end of every month. So I've been thinking about goals for next month, and I think next month I may be being ambitious, but it'd be interesting if I could get to 28 subscribers. Just 10 more. So just gotta work on that promotion. Lord. And then we'll do that. That seems good. To see if I can get to 10 more subscribers. That would be interesting. So, leave a like and subscribe, or just leave a positive comment. You know that old line. Or just like, if you know somebody who's just looking for some fun gamey stuff. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Share 'em in. Why are you scratching up the chair? Obviously, I'd like to keep getting better at. Sorry, my cat is being a little goblin right now. Hey, goblin. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Meow. Yeah. Obviously, I want to keep getting better at recording these videos and just being more charismatic. Come here. Come here. Ugh. Come here, goblin. This is the goblin in question. You're gonna sit with me because you're causing chaos back there. Ho, ho, ho. So yeah, obviously just keep getting better. This whole video is a shit show. I'm so sorry. Are you honestly surprised? Are you honestly surprised at this point? Get better at recording. Let's see, what were some of the other goals I have? I forgot I wrote them down. So get to 28 subs, keep improving. I'd like to start doing some videos with friends. I've talked to my bestie about this, and she's one of the people that I usually play games with. Like, it's usually her I play games with, and we do co-op games. So we do things like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which is a bomb defusal game. The baseball game's about to start. Enjoy that siren every now and then. I'd like to, we play Hunting Bigfoot. We play Super Bunny Man. We play, like, what the fuck else do we play? Dead by Daylight. We're big on Dead by Daylight. Oh my gosh, and they have a thing coming out. They have a Resident Evil pack coming out for Dead by Daylight, so I'm gonna need to get some of that. But I want to start doing some videos with friends. That would be fun. Every now and then I'll play a game with the boy and his friends, so if they'd be interested, that'd be fun. Just because I think playing with friends would help me relax a little bit more. We're probably going to die this round. That's okay, though. We're just here to have a good time. Yeah, we'll do this. Nice. So I think it would help me relax a little bit more. That might be more entertaining. You'll get a better perspective of, like, who I am, and you get to hear some new people's voices and stuff and see some new games. That would be fun. Yeah, Chairman, I know you want free, but I can't trust you not to be a goblin. Can't trust you not to be a goblin. So doing some game with friends. I'd also like to start getting some more suggestions from people about types of games to play. Because I've just been kind of going through my library and playing it by ear on whatever seemed interesting, whatever seemed spooky at the time. I really like playing indie horror games. So those are horror games done by independent developers. So like Bon Bon or Ghost Train, which I'm going to revisit Ghost Train. I have to. I keep waking up in a cold sweat thinking about that there are other endings. So, and since you guys know I'm absolutely not going to edit that video, that means you're just going to have to watch the entire thing again. Sorry, because I'm not going to edit it. Yeah, that's fine. I'm probably going to die anyway. But, yeah, Sheridan. We're probably going to do some more Aquilas. Is that what they were? Or Chila's. Chila's Art. We're probably going to do some more of their games, because that was the Ghost Train game. That was just good stuff right there. So that would be fun to do. And then I want to do some puppet combo games. Have you ever heard of puppet combo games? They make like 80s slasher retro type games. The graphics are very simple, the gameplay very simple, but they're incredibly spooky, and I really, really love that about them. So I actually just bought a puppet combo bundle, and they have a series of games in them, and I tried to start recording an episode of one, but I couldn't figure out how to get OBS to capture it. So I'm going to keep doing some research and figure that out. But like, they're like cheesy games. It's like Power Drill Massacre, Murder House, Killer Nun. Like, they're just really like very cheesy games that are also like kind of spooky because they're so simple. Like, you can't really fight back a whole lot in these, which I like in a game, because if you can't fight back, then it's the scariest, because you just have to kind of duck and dodge. This is not going well, guys. It's not going well. Okay. We do. Let's just wump him good. Like we said, we're probably gonna die, but we're just here to have a good time. We're here to try and get me to talk about things, which I'm slowly trying to do. Speaking of cheesy horror games, on the flip side of that, another goal, I want to do more wholesome games. So I really love me a good horror game. I love to get spooked. I love some scary movies. I love horror novels. So that's kind of what I lean towards. But I know not everybody likes that. And sometimes it's nice to just play something wholesome. So that's kind of why there was like Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. That's why there's a Stardew Valley coming out, which there are going to be a lot more Stardew Valleys coming out. And so I just kind of want to do more wholesome games so I can appeal to a larger audience, because I have some friends who don't like scary stuff, and I want them to be able to like watch some videos, some relaxing stuff. So if you have any wholesome game recommendations, that would be fun. One of the YouTubers I watch and Twitch streamers I watch, she'll do, it's Gab Smolders, I'm pretty sure I've talked about her before, I'm so sorry. She'll do like hidden object games, which I loved those growing up. We played because we had thus like a big thick boy Dell computer growing up, a Dell desktop computer, and we would play the CD copies of the I Spy games. So like there was I Spy Haunted Mansion, or like a beach one, or like one where you were going around like a museum or something like that, till I forget what it was. And they were just a good time, so they're very nostalgic for me, because those were a big part of my childhood, as dumb as that may seem. Oh, do we live to see another day? I think we do. So I'd like to do some more hidden object games. So I'll probably do some of those. Again, for the people who want like a more lighthearted game, and they're good relaxing for me from all the spooks and stuff. So I can't believe we actually survived that. Okay, there we go, because I need to keep talking. 32 block exhaust or 32 damage. Damage. Upgrade all the cards in your hand for the rest of combat. Nice. Let's see. No longer rest. Transform cards. Do that. Okay, so choose 3 cards. So any 3 cards. Let us do. I never use that one pretty much. Don't really use that one. And then do that one. Okay, hopefully those turn out decent.
Oh, yeah, I'll be down just a minute.
Our DoorDash is here. That's super important. That's important information. So we're gonna wrap this up soon so I can eat. Okay, so play some more wholesome games. And then I think the final goal I had for this month was to just get better with technology. Like, every now and then like the audio will be funky, so like you can hear me, but you can't really hear the game, and I'm trying to do better at that, so like I'll actually do a test recording beforehand to make sure like the sound's good, go figure. And then like I know, like I think it's okay right now, maybe, but like my application of the green screen is still not very good, so sometimes like my face will turn gray or something because the lighting on the computer's changed, and I'm not like knowing how to adjust that like automatically, or like sometimes like I will disappear into the void. I'll slowly turn gray or something. So I'd like to keep improving how I understand how to use technology. Also, I don't think some of my thumbnails turn out the best. So if I could create like higher quality ones, that would be good. So if you guys have any suggestions for like the technology side of things, or how I can improve on that, I would appreciate those tips, because I'm still learning and it's kind of a shit show right now. But I know my thoughts were kind of all over the place with this, and there were moments of pause, and maybe this wasn't the most fun thing to watch, but it's a nice relaxing game. You know, it's just a card game, and the intent behind this video was for me to talk, so I needed something that was like minimally distracting. But thank you guys so much for 28 subscribers. That's so cool. Oh wait, no, sorry. 18 subscribers. 28's the goal. Thank you so much for 18 subscribers. 28's the goal. Leave a like, subscribe, or just leave a positive comment. Spread the word, you know, let's see if we can make our goal by the end of June. That would be fun. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.